Hello, wonderful YouTube. It's Alex, and I think I told you guys in the last video. I got all 12 of the custom minifigure series, Marvel ones, blind bag figures, and yeah, here they are, all 12 of them. We're gonna actually review each one, but I'm gonna review them in the order of worst to best, and it's actually a pretty complicated list because they're all really good. But we will be getting into that in a short second, but you should see here we got all 12 of them. Wanda, Vision, Monica Rambeau, Falcon, Winter Soldier, Loki, Sylvie, Spider-Man, Gamora, Star-Lord, Captain Carter, and Zombie Captain America. So yeah, overall it's a pretty cool set of figures. Now, let's get right into it. The first figure, and unfortunately in my opinion the worst one, is Monica Rambeau. She's pretty basic, it's pretty average torso print. There are arm printing on this figure, which is pretty cool. It does have an alternate face. Just pop the hair off. Overall, facial expressions are pretty just meh, in my opinion. It does come with the helicopter, though. And you do come with one of these action stands. Sometimes you get two. I took one of the spare ones from one of the other bags to make the helicopter look like it's flying, but overall, it's not a bad gig, in my opinion. The figure could have been better, sure. But, it's a good start. It's a good start. Now, I think you could kind of see on the shoulder mine a little bit of a slip up on the printing, but it's to be expected. Anyways, let's move on to the next figure. Next up on this list is the Winter Soldier. This one was actually a close one between the next one, him and the next one. But, he's pretty generic. I'm pretty sure the Winter Soldier's a pretty generic figure because he has, no suit yet. So, just basic leg printing. He does have some nice arm printing for his arm on that side, but the other one's plain. Torso's pretty good. His shield's good, but mine is slightly misprinted. I'm waiting for a replacement part from Lego. But otherwise, yeah. He also has an alternate face. I'll show it in a second. The back, again, it's pretty standard. Pop the hair off. And you can see the front face more clearly and the back face. I think these are both pretty generic faces. I'm pretty sure this hair is reused by another figure, just in a different color in this line. Anyways, let's move on to the next. Next up on the list is Sylvie from Loki. She comes with alligator Loki, and yeah, it's about it. Her hairpiece is dual molded with the broken horn, but the torso print's pretty mediocre. But the arm printing is pretty meh. And overall, could she have been better? Yeah, I think, looks like there's a bit of a smudge on my arm printing. Maybe I'll get a replacement one, but she does have an alternate face, which looks almost exactly identical. There's no real difference of emotions. And alligator Loki is a new part, but he doesn't have a printed crown or anything, which he should have, but overall, the mini figure is cool. This is actually the first one I got, by the way, early from Walgreens, but yeah, overall, she's pretty neat. So we're gonna move on to the next figure. All right, so here's the next one. After this, I should note that the figures become very hard to rank. It's just these first four kind of bland, but then the rest are pretty cool. So we got Gamora as Thanos. She has some cool arm printing, some leg printing, but no side leg printing, unlike some of the later figures. I think she has an alternate face. Let's double check. She does. This one's at least better, but in my opinion, this figure just feels a lot like C-3PO, but they just put Gamora's head on it. It's not, but it just looks like it. The blade of Thanos is pretty cool, but it's a pretty just ordinary build. Looks like a Ninjago weapon from 2012, but whatever. We'll be moving on now to the next figure. All right, so next figure here, this one was actually, again, this is one of the first ones that's hard to place. It's the Cella Star-Lord. He's pretty cool. He's got some leg printing, dual molded and side leg printing. No arm printing, unfortunately, but I don't really think he needed it. He does come with a hair piece and a unique for this set piece, helmet piece, which you can take off the hair. Which, by the way, T'Challa does not have an alternate face, so not really missing anything here. And you could put on Star-Lord's mask, and boom. yeah, he looks pretty like good figure. But as I was saying, this is the beginning of the harder to rate tier. So from here to the last 3, in my opinion, or last 4 are pretty hard to do. So we're gonna move on to the next figure. Next figure here is Zombie Captain America. He's from What If, and he's actually a pretty cool figure, but he's like mid-tier in my opinion. He does have dual molded legs. One has a boot, one doesn't. The printing, really good. The shield looks pretty good. I mean, looks beat up like it should. No alternate face for this figure, unfortunately, but you can take off the helmet and see that he does have some cool back printing. Overall, I think he's a really, really good minifigure, and I think the only thing I would have changed about him personally would be, honestly, I think the only thing I'd change would be giving him an alternate face. But there's really no need for it. So we're going to move on now to the next figure in the list, and he's pretty cool. Next figure on the list here is Loki from Loki. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I mean, he's got some basic leg printing, no side printing, no dual molded legs, no printing on the arms or dual molded arms. He comes with a mug that says TVA on it, with Throgs. Throgs is pretty cool. He's got a cape and everything. The back of his shirt does say variant. If you pop off the hair, which is actually kind of long, you do get this devious grin, like he just did something devious. But overall, I think he's a cool figure. You could use if you had a duplicate of him, you could get the head and hair piece right, and you can make a Mobius, but with the variant on the back. Whatever. Anyways, we will be moving on to the next figure. And this one, I think, is a pretty neat one, too. All right, so the next one here is Captain Carter from What If. She is definitely really good, and before I finished the set, she was actually in the top, like, the top few. But when I finished it, she got bumped down, unfortunately. She has some great leg printing, dual molded legs, side leg printing, some good arm printing, great torso print, great shield print, too. She does come with the Tesseract, which comes in like this like milky, glittery blue color. It's really cool. Now you can take her hair off. She got one look serious. The other look, God, is pretty more not as serious, but whatever. She does have a really unique hairpiece. I think it's definitely one of the better ones. Very 1940s. And she's also the only one to come with a blue molded shield instead of a gray one. So there's that. And the next figure coming up now will, these next 4, sorry, are like the top. They are top tier in my opinion, and I think they are the best. So let's get on into them. Next figure here is Spider-Man. Zombie Hunter Spider-Man, sorry. He's really detailed. I think he's the most detailed Spider-Man figure ever. Dual molded legs, side leg printing, front leg printing, arm printing, torso printing, back torso printing, but I don't want to take the cape off. It's really hard. Great head printing, and he does come with a maskless version. Overall, I think he's a really great figure. He does come with the spider like web, so you can make him swing around in the city. But he's a really great figure. He does come with the cape too, and overall, he's a great figure. And in my opinion, when I got him first, he was my favorite. When I first started collecting him, he was my favorite. But unfortunately, as I got the rest of them, he got bumped down to number 4. These next 3, though, are pretty unique, and I think you guys can guess who these last 3 are. But anyways, let's get right into them. All right, number 3 here is the Falcon from Falcon and Winter Soldier. He is very, very well detailed, very patriotic, red, white, and blue. The wing, this is a separate wing piece. He does have back torso printing, but it's very difficult to take off. New hair piece. The shield is better printed on this one. Great, like side leg printing, dual molded legs, awesome figure all around. Overall, it's a great figure. The only problem is he's pretty hard to pose on the stands. Like he's very forward heavy when you have him like this, but that's just because of the wings, really. But anyways, I think the only thing I would have changed about him is I would have made him. I would have made the wings a little bigger, but that's just a personal opinion. But overall, he's really neat. So let's head on right into the next figure. Number 2 is Wanda from WandaVision. She's very neat. She's got these cool red power blast things, dual molded arms. No dual molded legs though. The leg print's pretty good, torso print's pretty good. She has an alternate face, and she also comes with a cape. Although unfortunately, it's a single hole cape, but the hair keeps it down pretty well. Great face prints. The hair piece, unfortunately, unlike Sylvie here, is printed on, not dual molded, but overall, still a really great figure. I think the only thing I would have changed personally about this figure is really, I personally think I would have given it dual molded legs, but there's really no need. So we're going to move on to the next figure. And the final one, but I think you guys already know who it is. All right, so the final figure here is the Vision. He's a very, very great figure. Great arm printing, great side leg printing, very detailed. He does come with a cape, which is a single hole cape, which doesn't really work on this figure because of how it sits. The head printing's great. Just wish you could have continued around the side. Overall, he's a great figure. Oh, he does come with a laptop talking about something, but who knows. I just personally, when I saw him, I was like, man, I gotta get this figure because he's really, really cool. I didn't realize it'd be the last one I get though, or second to last one. I don't know, it's a tie with Winter Soldier. He's great. Overall, I mean, the only thing I changed is the cape, but that is something I can live with. He's just overall spectacularly detailed. And I mean, so is the entire line, but he's definitely, in my opinion, the best figure. So let's move on to the finale and get my final thoughts. Overall, I really do think these are great figures. I mean, each one of them is spectacularly detailed, and I just think they're amazing. This is also a little fun fact about myself, but this is actually the first time I ever collected an entire series of the blind bags. In the past, I've gotten like 2 or 3 of them, but this time I was like, I have my own money, and I'm going to try to get them all. I think they look really good. You know, again, I think there should have been some more. I think they should have had Agatha from WandaVision. I think they should have had Mobius from Loki. And from Winter Soldier, I know, maybe the that terrorist girl. But, I mean, I can live with these without them, but maybe they'll do a series 2. But for now, I think these are really great detailed minifigures. Like, if you ever see this, please make a Star Wars line if you can. I know it's difficult, but make a Star Wars line for the love of God. Anyways, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this, do like, comment, subscribe. Share it to your friends. But I'm going to see you guys in a different video. Peace out.